Welcome or welcome back to MYC Uncensored. This is a Women in STEM series, a podcast series that aims to educate the wider community and inspire girls about successful women in STEM and that they can do anything they put their minds to. In the last episode, we talked about the famous Dr. Katherine Johnson, who was a pioneer in computer science and mathematics. Today, we're spotlighting a trailblazer in technology and social entrepreneurship, Reshma Saujani, the CEO and founder of Girls Who Code, a nonprofit dedicated to closing the gender gap in technology and computer science. Saujani is a powerhouse in the field of technology and social impact. She is the founder and CEO of Girls Who Code, an organization that has taught over 300,000 girls how to code and introduced millions more to computer science. Reshma's mission is clear: to equip young women with the skills they need to succeed in tech and to ensure that the next generation of tech leaders includes women. So where did this mentality come from and where did she start? Reshma was born in Illinois to Indian immigrant parents who fled Uganda during the political turmoil under Idi Amin. Her parents' resilience and determination shaped her outlook on life and instilled a drive to give back to society. When Reshma was in her adolescence, she was already showing signs of her leadership potential. She was highly engaged in her education, excelling academically, but she wasn't always focused on technology. After high school, she attended the University of Illinois and later Yale Law School. Her early career was in law and public service. She even ran for Congress in 2010, though she didn't win. During this time, she noticed the glaring gender gap in tech and decided to do something about it. It's no wonder women look up to Saujani. As the daughter of refugees, she's worked tooth and nail for the American dream, eventually becoming a lawyer, an activist, and New York City's deputy public advocate. While running for Congress and visiting schools, she noticed the gender gap in computing classes, which sparked the idea for Girls Who Code. The nonprofit has now provided computer science education to over 300,000 girls and was named Most Innovative Nonprofit by Fast Company in 2019. As a woman entering the tech space, Reshma faced numerous challenges. The tech industry, even today, is often male-dominated, and it wasn't easy for her to break in. She was met with skepticism, but there were few role models for her to look up to. But instead of letting these challenges deter her, Reshma used them as fuel to drive her mission forward. In an interview at the Women Impact Tech Accelerate conference in New York City, Saujani lent insight into tech's main systematic issues. 1. Men own most of the tech economy. It's no secret that the future is digital. Currently, the technology industry makes up approximately 10% of the total GDP in the United States, making it the economy's largest sector aside from government and manufacturing. Right now, men are the ones reaping most of the financial benefits. The industry's key players are computer scientists, a group composed of 78% men and 22% women. Saujani aims to close that gap through computer science programming made with girls, especially girls with imposter syndrome in mind. Saujani states, "It is so baked into our DNA to think that we are not adequate, when, in fact, we might be even more qualified than our male peers. Unlike men, we have had to fight to be in the room." Saujani's organization not only helps girls build confidence, but also gives them the tools to build generational wealth. 2. The structure of care is broken. Saujani states, as a percentage of the female population, the number of employed workers has slowed, especially after COVID. She also states, companies have to start providing childcare and leave as basic needs since the government is not doing it. Without a structure of care that is suitable, there can never be true equity. In fact, since March of 2020, women have been providing childcare at 3 times the rate of men, leaving them with much less time to dedicate to professional development. 3. Hiring discrimination is real and happening every day. In a survey of 1,000 alumni of Girls Who Code, Half of respondents reported having a negative experience while applying for a tech job or knowing someone who had. This makes the gender gap in computer science twofold. Not enough women are studying computer science or CS due to social anxieties, and those who do not study CS have a harder time finding work at a company that truly values them. For many organizations, Saujani told the crowd, women are viewed as a nice to have and not a need to have. Women of color especially do not feel welcome or feel that they can thrive. Tech companies, in Saujani's words, are a boys' club. So many male CEOs bring in their friends and do not look at merit. If technology companies recruited like college football teams based on talent, we would not have a problem. Despite gaps in hiring, women are thriving when it comes to performance. Gender diverse teams are 73% better at making business decisions, and gender diverse companies are 25% more likely to boost above average profitability. To Saujani's point, tech organizations that are not hiring women in proportion to men certainly cannot be blamed for performance standards. 4. Technology designed without women's input is dangerous. For example, Uber implemented an in-app emergency button in 2019 only after nearly 6,000 cases of sexual assault and misconduct in 2017 and 2018. If women were more involved at the start of Uber, we would have made sure that the button was there from the very beginning. In the case of Amazon's Alexa, perpetrators of domestic violence actually use the technology as a surveillance and communication tool. The smart speakers allow users to connect remotely and use the device as an intercom. These examples beg the question from Saujani: if a company is built without us, can it really change? Saujani continually speaks openly about the challenges a woman of color face in the tech industry. She highlighted that tech spaces, especially in places like Silicon Valley, often have cultures that are not welcoming to women and people of color. These environments can be isolating and discriminatory, with women routinely paying disparities compared to their male counterparts. Saujani has emphasized the need for alternative tech spaces where diversity and inclusion are prioritized from the start. Reshma's contribution to STEM is truly transformative. With Girls Who Code, she has provided technical skills to young women and created a supportive community that empowers them to pursue careers in technology. She's changed the narrative around women in tech by showing that coding is for everyone, regardless of gender. Beyond teaching girls to code, Reshma has empowered women through her advocacy and leadership. She's a vocal proponent of gender equality in the workplace and has authored books including Brave, Not Perfect, which encourages women to embrace imperfection and take risks. Her work has inspired countless women to step into fields they might have otherwise avoided due to societal pressures. Reshma's story is one of resilience, leadership, and unwavering commitment to gender equality in technology. She has not only contributed to STEM, but has also created pathways for thousands of young women to follow in her footsteps. Before I wrap up, I'd really love to have guests on this series, so if you're a woman in STEM and are willing to share your journey, thoughts, or opinions, please send us a message on Facebook or LinkedIn at MYC Uncensored or our Gmail at mycuncensored@gmail.com. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the life and impact of Reshma Saujani. Her story reminds us of the power of perseverance and the importance of creating opportunities for those who are often overlooked. If you're inspired by Reshma's work, I encourage you to learn more about Girls Who Code and find ways to support their mission. Stay tuned for our next episode where we'll continue to explore the stories of women making waves in STEM. Until then, keep learning, keep questioning, and keep pushing the boundaries. Bye, guys.